Welcome. Today we're going to do a lash lift and tint on this beautiful client. To start, we are going to apply my water-based adhesive onto the shield. Now apply a generous amount so that the shield will stay stuck to the eyelid. Next, you're going to pull the eyelid up just a tad to ensure that you can get the closest possible placement to the lash line. Now keep pressed on the pad for 10 seconds to ensure that the full pad is going to be stuck. Remember, don't apply too much pressure to the eye as it may cause discomfort to the client, so be gentle. Now you're going to do the same thing for the other eye. If you notice, I do trim my shields because it fits the eye better. Now if it's too curved and too long, your shield's not going to properly place and adhere to the eye without popping up. Now you're going to place your index finger and your middle finger on the tip and the end of the pad to ensure that there's no discomfort when placing your pressure. Next, you're going to apply the adhesive directly on the pad in a generous amount of where you're about to work, because you don't want to apply adhesive over the entire shield and only work in one area and let the other area get dry. So that's why I work as I go. Now I am taking my applicator and I am twisting as I'm moving up. That is going to ensure the best separation possible and also the tightest curl possible. My client likes a tight curl, so we get it as tight as we can. You can also use the tip of your applicator as a tool to separate the lashes. Now we're going to use our Y tool to separate the lashes properly. Now this tool will only truly brush through the lashes if the adhesive is still wet. Once you get all of your lashes separated nice and evenly on the pad, you're going to dip your applicator in the adhesive. Now you're going to go in an upward sweeping motion, ensuring that all of the lashes are stuck onto the pad. But don't apply too much adhesive because you don't want too thick of a film covering the natural lashes, because it may affect the lifting process. A fine tip tweezer is a really good separating tool. I use this to ensure that all of my lashes are separated nice and evenly on the pad. If you apply a little bit of adhesive before using this technique, it'll help the lashes slide around more easily. Now moving on to the other eye, you're going to do the same technique, making sure that there is enough adhesive on that one section that you're working on. Now if you watch my applicator, you'll notice that I'm doing a twirling technique as I'm pulling up onto the pad. Now doing this technique ensures that you're going to get the tightest lift possible and the lashes are going to separate more easily. Again, like I said before, if you are combing through your lashes while the adhesive is still wet with the Y comb and the tweezers, it's going to help you a lot. Now, using your step 1 Elleebana perming solution, you're going to put it on your disposable lip gloss applicator, working it and shimmying it onto the base of the lash line, ensuring that you don't go any farther than halfway up the lashes. Now that we've done that to both eyes, we're going to let this perming solution sit on her lashes for no more than 6 minutes. Her lashes are fairly thin, so we want to make sure we don't over process them. Now that our lashes have set and processed, we're going to remove the solution with our disposable lip gloss applicator that's dry. Working at the base and shimmying up into the top of the lashes, you're going to remove all of the solution. Now this is what processes the lashes, so you want to make sure you get all of the solution and don't leave any behind, as that may over process your lashes. Now you're going to do the same thing to the other eye. Okay, and now you're going to take your step 2 setting lotion and applying it to a dry lip gloss applicator. Now you're going to take your setting lotion and applying it just to the base of the lash line. Make sure that you get a generous amount on the lash line. Now you're going to do the same thing to the other eye. Okay, and once you've applied the setting lotion to both eyes, you're going to let them sit for 5 minutes. I have zoomed in so you can see the placement. Now that you've waited your full 5 minutes, you're going to remove the setting lotion with a dry applicator, starting at the base and moving all the way to the tip. Moving on to the other eye, you're going to do the same thing. Moving on, we're going to do the Elleeplex. I'm going to allow this to sit on her lashes for 3 minutes for optimal lash health. This treatment was designed to condition and promote the healthiest hair growth by nourishing and strengthening the hair shaft. It also eliminates dryness and relieves hair stress. It may be a good idea to implement this treatment if your clients are reoccurring for lash lifts, as it will prevent damage. After the 3 minutes, you're going to remove the solution with a wet applicator. This step actually helps the lashes come off the pad a lot easier. Moving on, we're going to tint the lashes. Now, I like to put my tint in a glue ring because you don't need much product and I don't like to waste it. Saturating the lashes fully, you're going to work at the base and then move the solution up to the tip of the lashes. Now the product that I'm using is called RefectoCil, and this is the shade Blue Black. I like to tint the lashes on the pad because it's a lot cleaner and easier. I'm zooming in so you can see my placement. After the tint has set for 5 minutes, you're going to take a dry applicator and remove the tint. Now you're going to do the same thing to the other eye. After removing all of the excess tint, you're going to get a wet applicator and remove all the rest of the tint. Now I got a clean wet applicator and I'm going to go underneath the pad, kind of loosening up that bond between the eyelid and the pad. And the shield should just come right off. Now I'm going to get any excess tint that's just lingering on the lashes and then clean up the eyelid. Now you want to make sure that your pressure isn't too rough and you're not going directly on the eyeball. You're going to follow the same step for the other eye. Shimmy underneath that pad and then gently lift up. Since the adhesive I am using is water-based, it should come right off with some water. Now there will be a little bit of residue, but you can just easily clean that off with a wet applicator. Now you're going to take your 2 wet applicators and then run them through the lashes, ensuring that there's no residue left on the lashes. Now do the same thing to the other eye. Now you're going to take your spoolie and your hand fan and you're going to dry the lashes and also make sure that there's no sticking and pulling from any residue that may be lingering. Make sure you pat the eyelid to ensure that there's no adhesive still on the eye. And there you have it. Damage-free 8-week lasting results. Thanks for watching.